Welcome back to Pop Culture Explosion. I'm Mike. Oh, hi, Paul.
Oh, hi, Mike. Guess what we're talking about today? We are talking about, we are going to dive into the sewers of Hollywood. And we are going to dredge up the most horrifying, the most disgusting, probably the worst written and acted movie of all time and bring it to you. Mike, what are we talking about today?
Today, we're talking about Tommy Wiseau's The Room.
And before we begin, dear audience, I personally want to apologize. I have seen YouTube clips of this movie, and I thank God I did not have a sharp utensil to drive into my temple, because if I had a screwdriver in front of me, I would not be speaking here with you today. So, Mike, hey, let's just dive into this piece of trash, okay?
Well, Paul, you are about as melodramatic as The Room itself when it comes to The Room. I'm actually a fan of The Room. It's the greatest, worst movie ever made.
So, okay, well, let's not even get into the ratings, okay? So Mike, let's just dive in. Now, like I said, I've seen many clips of this movie, and suicide was definitely something I've contemplated after watching it. What was it about The Room that you enjoyed?
I mean, I can't even explain it, really. It's just a vibe. It's just the overall tone of the film, because it's supposed to be a serious, dramatic movie, and it's unintentionally hilarious to me. So it's just fun to me to watch. I laughed through the whole movie. Well,
not so. So I'm going to beat a dead horse here, and I'm going to have you dive deeper into that question. You and I can both agree that the acting was phenomenally bad.
Agreed.
The writing was just laughable. So why does it have such appeal?
Well, I think I'm going to slightly disagree with you that the writing is horrifically bad, in the sense that this guy is a worldwide phenomenon. This movie is a cult movie it's still screened over. People go to see this movie over and over and over and over again. So there's something to that. If it was so horrifically bad, he wouldn't have had that effect on people. So there's something about it that their intention, they didn't get the reaction to this movie that they were looking for, but they got something else.
No, and Mike, I can agree with you on that. I mean, there is a major movie chain that's going to be showing this movie this coming Wednesday. And when I heard that, I'm just like, wait, what? We can agree that regardless of the intention of this movie, obviously was not taken for what it was meant to be. Tommy was totally destroyed when he saw how the audience was reacting to his film. Can you elaborate on that?
Okay, so in the book, The Disaster Artist, or the film, they show this where when the movie was screened the first night when it was screened, it was a packed house, and people were laughing. I mean, people were laughing throughout. I mean, at intentionally serious dramatic scenes. People were dying laughing, and so much so that Tommy got up and walked out of the theater. And he was hurt. But Greg talked him off the ledge, so to speak, saying, "Look at the fun that they're having. It was a hit. So it was just not the reaction he was going for, but hey, he had something regardless. You're talking about having what it was the appeal to it. I think it's just because it was unintentionally hilarious, and it's so bad it's good type of thing. And there's very quotable lines littered throughout, that garnered all these top 10 lists.
So basically, a blind squirrel found a nut. Okay,
more or less. Yeah.
I can live with that. What was your favorite scene in this movie and why?
My favorite has to be the rooftop scene. where he comes out and I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. That whole scene.
Lisa loves you as a friend. Oh my God.
But see, we're still laughing about it, and that answers that question. Favorite scene though, definitely Rooftop, and why is just because it's so fun. And I could watch it over and over again.
All right, so what was, acknowledging that this is a horrifyingly bad movie that we can make fun of, was there a scene in this movie that even you are going, okay, that's just unforgivable. This is just so god-awful, it's not even funny anymore.
Well, absolutely. And this is a bit of a spoiler. If you haven't seen it, turn this interview off right now because this is a major, major spoiler. 3, 2, 1 on that. The ending, it was just an unforgivable because, we're going along, we're watching the movie, it's fun, I'm laughing at all these silly things, and at the end, when Lisa truly leaves him, Tommy takes a gun and blows his brains out. He shoots himself. And it was just kind of like you were like, yeah, yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like that happens and it's like, okay, this is not cool. It totally changed the tone of the film completely it took it in a horrific place, and it ended on such a downer. And that was like what killed it for me. No pun intended.
And hearing that, Mike, I still have a hard time understanding why someone would enjoy this movie. I get mocking all the bad things about it, and when it does something that traumatic, that just destroys it for me. So I can see your point. I did not see that scene, and I did not know about that. So, yeah, thank you for sharing. So, on a scale to 1 to 10 of badness, how would you rate this movie?
This is a 10.
A 10! Yes, it is a 10 on badness.
This, and just to just put it out there, this is not on any normal movie scale. This is on the bad movie scale.
Okay.
The scale for my hate watching. This is a 10.
So, guys, here is our thought. Here are Mike's thoughts on The Room. If you have seen it, do you agree with Mike? Do you disagree with Mike? So, hey, don't smash that like or dislike button based off of The Room. Base it off of our critique and our thoughts on The Room. If you do that, great. And hey, let's continue this conversation below. And for future content, smash that subscribe button. If you do any of those things, you will have an opportunity to write, direct, and act in your own horrifying movie as well. With that being said, Mike, peace out.